reason why I had that little warning to skip over that last part was the way that I thought we needed to approach healing and the way in which we can do it now. Way back in the beginning for me, I was, and this is a story that's in the book, it's like a splinter. It's like, remember when you were a child and you had a splinter and you go run and you tell your parents, oh my God, I got a splinter, I got a splinter, I got a splinter. And then, mum or dad would come out and they'd get the needle and they'd use the lighter and burn it and shove it into your finger, and you think they're going to push it all the way through to the other side, but they're only under a few layers deep. And, sometimes it would come out a nice full piece and they would see whatever it was in there. Other times they'd say, well, I've opened it now, go have a bath and let it come out on its own. This is the same approach with healing. What I used to do was dive in, look for things. What can I find? What can I find? There's something wrong. There's something wrong. Versus letting something come out on its own, just like a splinter. Sometimes it comes out in full, sometimes it comes out in pieces. But what I found, instead of doing that deep dive, you can spend your whole life trying to heal shit. You can find shit where you didn't even know there was shit of things that you felt you needed to heal and you needed to work on and you needed to get better at, whatever it was. But you don't have to. You can let it come through on its own. When we tap into those desires, when we tap into those things that we want to create, those things we want to bring into our existence, and we allow them to start coming through, they're going to push through and they're going to show those beliefs that you are holding. They're going to show you those places that you feel uncomfortable. They're going to highlight those things that you're like, nope, I'm not doing that. Nope, I don't want to do that. Ooh, I don't want to do that. So instead of you going digging, looking for things, you get to start on that path and move towards those things that you're creating to allow it to shine light literally on those things you need to work on. Because if you're doing it the other way and you're just constantly looking for things to go wrong, you're not creating anything new. You're not finding new things to express yourself or to bring into your life or tap into those desires. So doing it this way is so much easier and so much more fun. So I'm going to ask you a question, and this is how we can do things as well. How much money do you have in your bank account right now? Now you're going to come up with an answer. You're going to think about it. You're going to say, well, do you mean my bank account, someone else's bank account? You're going to come up with an amount. You're going to think about maybe assets. You're going to think about maybe if you have cash and you don't have a bank, or you have both, whatever. You're going to think of all these different thoughts. But despite all of that, how did that question make you feel? Because if you are lacking in money, when you hear questions like that, you are going to feel something. And we know that this is where all these stories and beliefs are rooted in the way that we are feeling things. So when I say that question, how much money do you have in your bank account? If you are in a place where you are not enjoying the way that your bank balance looks right now, you're going to feel that. There's going to be a tightness in your chest. There's going to be a sick feeling in your stomach. There's going to be some resistance in your mind that's you're going to feel, because it's not feeling good. If you were in a place where your bank account was looking amazing, you would have nothing to this. You would feel nothing. You would have no response. You'd be like, oh, yeah, a couple of million, whatever. But, however, even with lots of money, you can still have money stories. You can still feel something. You can feel like you're going to lose it or something. But if you're here in this course or with the book, I guarantee you're not feeling good about what's in your bank account. But that is not because of whatever the balance is of your bank account. It's the belief and how it's making you feel. So I have a list of some money statements that you can say to see if you have a response to them. Of course, this is just like the money beliefs. It's It's not something that you have to do, but it's something that you can see if there's a resistance. And they're just basic statements, and you will see if there's any resistance in your body. Are you feeling it in certain ways? Does one sentence feel different to the other? And just sort of observe and look at that and see how that is feeling for you. Because this then might take you down a road where you can look at something else. Because once you feel that resistance in your body, you'll know that it's something you might need to look at a little bit more. And even though there's a whole world of different modalities you can use to work on these beliefs within your body, within your mind, within your mindset, whatever it is, there's so many ones you can use. And I have used many different modalities, and I do still use them at different times because I have a pretty well stacked toolbox of the way that we can use these different modalities in order to help us sort of bring these things out. But one of the things that I'm using, because I like to make things simple and easy, I want things to be quick and to see what works. That is the best part, is to try different things and see what works for you, is to notice when we feel that resistance within our body, because we know that it is just energy and it is just sitting in a place, and it can be built up for whatever reason, and it sits wherever it sits for whatever reason. What if we just witnessed it and allowed it to dissipate on its own? Because you think about when you have a thought of something that makes you feel uncomfortable in your body, whether it's you're scared to pick up the phone because someone's asking you to pay a bill, or whether someone's asking for money, or they want you to go out and you don't have money and you feel bad, and you can feel that resistance within your body, wherever that is. What if you just watched it and let it dissipate? Because it's pretty hard to hold on to that feeling all the time. Eventually, it's going to have to let go. So I just imagine it sort of dissipating. You think about yourself as this energetic being and this vibrational frequency that you have within you. So you can imagine that built up energy that you are holding within your body is just spreading out. It's starting to get thinner and thinner. It's loosening up like a cloud. It's just evaporating. It's starting to dissipate. You can feel it untighten. It releases. It can escape out your body. It can escape into the atmosphere till it's no longer held within your body. And you can do things like that. You can just witness the way that feels. You can non-judgmentally just witness what it's doing. How does it make you feel? Look at it with curiosity and wonder, that's interesting. I can see how that's feeling, and just let it do its thing. You're not actually doing anything. You're just witnessing it. You're just watching it. It serves no purpose to you. When you look at it and go, oh, because when you're doing that, you're just exacerbating the situation. You're making it worse. You're making it deeper. You're making it harder. When you just witness it and you watch it, you just let it be, it's going to do its thing. Same as like we were talking with the particles. If you don't look at it, it's going to do something else. So when you just let it be, just let it do its thing and allow it to dissipate. The only thing that's holding in there is your thoughts and your beliefs and the way that you are holding it in your body. But use whatever modalities you have, the ones that you love, the ones that you like to use, and see which ones work. I have found that sometimes the different beliefs and stories require different modalities. Because I have a lot, I will use different ones. I will literally make them up now. I can pull pieces out of different ones and just create them on the fly, because we're using the fantasy, and it's all about the belief, because we know it's the beliefs that are holding everything in place. It is the belief in the modality and the way that it's going to heal and make this work for us that actually makes it work. It's not actually the modality. I know people will argue with me about that, but I'm telling you, From my own experience, it's how much I believe in what I am doing in order to allow that belief to be released that works. And I know you'll get medical and science and experts and blah, blah, blah tell you, no. I'm telling you, you will get to a level of belief where you will believe what I'm saying. Trust me. So try different things, use different modalities, mix it up and see if you can feel the difference. See if you can believe in trusting that you know exactly what you need to do in order to release that, move that on, make it change, absorb it, whatever it is for you. Now, there was something else with these money statements you can use, and that's if you use energy testing. There'll be a section in here somewhere. This is something I put in at the end of the book, and it was just about using different methods of energy testing. I think I have some old videos I'll add in here on that. Using a pendulum. There's so many different ways we can do things. That is just one way. And I've also put in the end of the book for clearing statements. And there's different types of clearing statements you can use as well to help you move that out. However, apart from that, there are so many modalities that I could probably give you if you are looking for some new ones. But clearing statements were one that really helped me. And tapping. Actually, I'll put tapping in there. I did not put tapping in the book, but I will add it to this video series. But if you want to go through those statements, see how it feels, that is going to be one way for you to see how it feels in the body. Watch the energy, see if you can find a way to help yourself alleviate that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is another way that you can sort of bust these beliefs a little bit. And because with a lot of those modalities, we are using it within the body because we know that it's making us feel something, we do still hold it in our mind as well. So whilst we are working on the body, depending on the belief and how heavily we're holding it, we do need to get into that mindset a little bit and work on it in our mind. And one of the ways that I have found that has worked for me a lot lately is literally having a conversation with yourself. Now, depending on your beliefs and where you come from and what you believe to be true, you can see it as you talking to your higher self. You could see it as you talking to guides. You could see it as talking to a loved one, someone who's crossed over, a random person, an inner voice, any type of external voice within you, what God, whatever it is you want to believe in, you can create that. Because I know everyone believes in different things and what that voice is inside your head, and that will be based on whatever your belief is. But I am telling you, when you get to a certain level of unattachment of what it has to be, whether you're talking to an angel or an extraterrestrial, or if it is actually a God or whatever it is, once you let go of all of that and you trust that you are this whole existence and that the voice inside your head is all you need, you can get into a place where you don't have to label it and you can just trust it. There is a list of questions. It's like an example conversation of what you can have when some of these beliefs come up. And the whole idea behind it is to disprove it. And once you disprove something, you can teach your brain to understand that because there's just a tiny piece that you can find that is not true, well, then your brain can't 100% believe in it. That's like what we were talking about earlier, where I was saying it doesn't matter what people believe in. There's always someone who's going to believe in something different. There's no 100% truth. So that's going to be the same with your beliefs and those thoughts that you are having in your mind. So you will literally have a conversation with yourself to debunk whatever that story is. And I'll put a list of the one that's in the book in here so you can see it's a bit of an over-the-top example, but have a conversation with yourself. Trust that instant voice that comes in that is helping you be able to remove that belief from your thoughts.